welcome back to another episode of You, Me, and a Cup of Tea. Our tea today is brought to you by Herbal Health 360. Make sure you check out their website and shop with them now. So we have a really great guest on the show, Lola Staxx.
What's up, y'all?
Yes. So let everybody know who you are and what you do for the people that don't know.
Well, my name is Lola Staxx. I am from Florida. I am a coach. I'm a woman of many things. I cut hair, anything you name it. But I am an entrepreneur. You can catch me at a Fat Fitness personal training there doing boot camps. Follow me at Lola Staxx, Staxx.
Yay. Yes, man, y'all. If you aren't following Lola, I know you will be soon because your page is
Maybe.
blowing up right now. Blowing
Kinda
up.
ghetto.
It's going crazy.
It's the hood.
Stop
It's the hood for sure.
No, there's a lot of ass and a lot of twerking, just saying.
And a lot of kneecaps and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, it's other stuff on
It's
there.
giving Megan, for sure.
Megan.
No, but so on a serious note, people may not know that your motivation for fitness stemmed from a lot of painful experiences that you've had in life. The stillbirth of your son.
Mm-hmm.
How many years has that been, and what was that like for you?
We are at 7 years, and they don't really teach us about grief or how to grieve. So when I lost my son, I felt like I had to be strong. So I honestly didn't cry for the first 2 weeks. And finally, it broke me down, and I just started doing negative coping mechanisms such as drinking, smoking, mainly drinking. And it was times that I would get so drunk to the point that I'm like, let me take a nap on 285 on the side of the road, And it took me a minute, and my sister used to tell me to come to the gym, and I'm like, girl, nobody want to work out. Like that.
Right.
Fitness was not a thing in my life. I never played sports. I was a rapper. Barbers, comedy. I've never played a sport. So it's just like me walking to that gym. It took me a minute, and I told myself that I had to let go of the drinking. Yeah. So, a lot of times I was my own hero. A lot of people didn't see me self-destructing, or they saw it and didn't know how to acknowledge it.
They stepped away from you.
Yeah. So it's like I was really going in a downward spiral after the loss of Kason. And I just honestly didn't know how to cope. And then I didn't want to talk about it because I didn't want people to feel bad. Like, you have so many people that seek sympathy.
I can't imagine what you've been through.
Yeah. Or just some people just act like something's going on in their life just for the attention. I can't explain it. So, you have people that
you didn't want to be a pity case.
Yeah. Like, like, oh, my baby dad hugged me. Like, I didn't know how to reach out for help. And the one time I did do it backfired because you have to be ready to take on someone's heavy energy. And if you are not mentally ready to do it, it's going to be tough. You can't be there for someone who's falling apart.
Right.
When you are already at rock bottom too.
Yeah.
And she said the energy was too dark for her. She stopped talking to me. But I thought something was wrong with me. And so, it just, through all my experience in life, and I still try to work on myself because no one's ever perfect.
Right. But
I can be the most. And I acknowledge that. So, like my high highs and my low lows, my mad mads and my happy happies, so it's the extreme. And I'm working on being neutral and not letting things affect me, because as soon as, like, say for instance, you're having a bad day and you break a pencil and then you just like, oh, you see everything and oh, my life is. So no, it took a lot of like working on me. Healing is a very, very ugly process. And a lot of things in a lot of ways I was treating people came from me just being hurt.
Right.
Stop talking to my family, stop coming around, always negative, always just,
You felt you were a miserable person.
Yeah, but I was very miserable, but in the same sense, I still had my ups. I still tried to see past it, but I just didn't know how to let go of it.
So how do you feel like, you got to that point? Obviously fitness, but what made you like decide, okay, these things I'm doing right now, these things that I'm hurting myself with, alcohol, I can't do this anymore? What happened that made you decide I have to overcome this pain?
I wanted to be a better person for the people whose lives I'm in. I wanted to, and I still want to be a better person. I'm somebody's toxic story. I'm somebody's toxic person in their story. And I'm sorry. Everybody, you may not know it, but you may be a toxic person in someone's story. And that I'm not gonna say it's not okay, but it's kind of like it's life. I'm working on me and I'm working on getting better. So, for the people who saw me through that pain and the people who saw me through that hurt who are around, I want to be a better person for them. Because without them, I wouldn't be who I am today.
Yeah.
Just different views or people who were firm enough and ballsy enough to tell me like, hey, you need to get your shit together.
Yeah, you need to cut this shit out.
You need to, like, what's tea? Like, what's going on?
But I don't blame you for feeling so much hurt because, experiencing something like how far along were you with your son?
I was full term.
Full term.
And that was the 7th miscarriage. And it was a stillborn. And I mean, that entire pregnancy, girl, I was tiptoeing. Like, I was doing the right thing. Like, when I conceive previous pregnancies, like, I was going to Sonic and shit. Like, yeah, let's eat pickles. Like,
yeah.
But with Kason, I was like the TikTok mommy, but like, social media wasn't a thing there. But
organic shit.
I stayed in the house. I don't think people even knew I was pregnant, to be honest. And I just popped out with a baby shower but without a kid, and that was the biggest part for me. I was so embarrassed. I had like 3 baby showers because from Florida to Georgia and then to North Carolina, it was just like I was all over the place. I was touring baby showers, and to come home with no baby is just like terrible. It was I felt
full of stuff.
Yes, and it took me 5 years to take that nursery down.
Wow.
It was still intact. Everything. I had everything, but slowly over the years, I just gave something away. I didn't take it down. People are like, oh, you need to take it down. It's bad. Don't.
When it's time for me.
When you are grieving, you grieve everything. You may grieve a restaurant closing. You may grieve a friend, you not being friends with someone. Like, grief is not when someone dies. You grieve all types of situations and things that change. The way you cannot tell someone how to grieve. Someone may be still grieving their child they lost 50 years ago.
That's real.
And some people may have came at peace with it and they're moving on their life. Grief does not have a time limit. So everyone's like, you need to break it down. It's pulling you back. It's taking you down. I couldn't do that.
Right. I wasn't ready.
Mm-mm.
You felt like you were losing a part of him if you did.
I did.
Yeah.
And I've been through so much in life, so I'm a hoarder of good things. And I'm a hoarder of good memories and experiences. So you can give me, it's random crap people gave me like 8 years ago I still have. I got this random stone. I used to bartend at the Vortex that this girl, Nicole, gave me. I still have it randomly, and it's been moving around with me forever. It's just, I'm a hoarder of good memories because, especially when people are kind.
Yeah.
And so.
Good intentions.
When people are kind to me and I've been through so much, it just makes me want to, like, I never want to, especially like strangers. Yeah, I'm like that with strangers.
I need to hold on to this.
Like, I want to be your friend. Yeah. Like, we got to stay in contact. Like, I need to have this moment for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
There's been times that I've been like out of state and just someone be so nice to me. I'm like, dang, you on Instagram? I'm like, nah. I'm like, dang. All right. I'm going to remember you.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And I'm going to stalk you whenever I come back.
Like, seriously, I'm coming back for you.
Wow. I know that wasn't easy for you. And, the transition is still an ongoing thing.
Oh, yes.
I know it's still an ongoing thing. But now looking at your life, being in fitness, what has that done for you mentally and physically?
Ooh, child. Well, fitness definitely helped me get stronger. And one of my mentors, his name is Shayon, he actually helped me a lot. Like, he probably got the worst in, and me not knowing, because I'm thinking I'm regular, but looking back, he really got the worst version of me after losing my son, like the worst, because he was my coach. So and me not knowing that I was that angry, like me at that time it seemed normal. But when I look back at it, I was just like, Jesus, like, Snapchat like to remind you, like, girl, look what you were
Look
doing
at
8 years ago. And I'd be like, delete, delete. Like,
how dare you
oh
show up
my
on my
God.
phone.
Like, why am I twerking upside down on a random stone? Like,
Yeah.
what is happening? So, I look back, so he definitely helped me. And honestly, even the way he coaches, if you could survive his coaching style, every time I finish his boot camps, I'm like, oh my God, I did it. Like, I pray every time in that class. Like, I'm like, God, be a quad. Like, or I call on my baby. Like, I'm like, all right, let's get it. Like, I always be in class and I have certain things that I
Yeah.
do before I just kind of get going. But like, if you ever see me throw up like 1 3, it's like, that's like, okay, Kason, get me through this song.
Let's get
And
it.
people don't know that. It's just small things I do in boot camp. Like, if I'm throwing up fours, that's for my dad. Like, it's just certain things that I vibe, or if one of my dad's son comes on, because his class is hard. His class is
No, for
hard,
real.
and he's all about making your mental stronger. If you say you can't, you're right. If you say you can't, you're right. So it depends. You have to look at the perspective of things. So if I'm gonna say, okay, I ain't got it, you ain't got it. But it's a lot of times that, like, I'm going through a song and I'm doing class and I'm working out and I'm like, okay, Lo, set yourself apart or set the standard. And I fight a little bit harder because, people feed off energy. And I try to make sure that I bring in good energy every time, even when I don't have it. Half the times I be going to bed crying on the floor, like a whole situation. I'm never going to forget this time that going into boot camp is 2020 and we were just going virtual. And no one came to work that day, and it was me and my coworker doing the class. And my mom was hospitalized, and so I was just having a bad day. And it was bricks, and I hate bricks. I hate that class. Even though you people love to see me do that class, I hate it. It's the
Oh my
worst
God, I
class.
was at that one.
Oh, I know. How did you like it? It was stressful.
Yeah.
So
They move way too fast for me. I have no rhythm, girl. Like,
yeah,
no rhythm.
and baby like, Lola, do the Tootsie Roll, and I'm like, what? And I do my best version. But it was that day, and Shayon taught that class, and I thought he was gonna take it easy on us, and he did it. And one of those things, like, what you gonna do when no one else believes in you? Like,
Yeah.
what you gonna do? He said in that class, and it stuck with me. Like, dang. And I'm like, I just want to cry. And literally, it was like last song, if you're right. And you remember when he did that in the class.
Yes.
So sometimes,
And then he keep playing the song.
oh
And
my
I'm
God.
like,
And then
he
you
said
think
the
like,
last-
okay, we about to go home. Yay, we made it to the end. And I'm never gonna forget, he said, put them lead bands on. I start hyperventilating and I started crying because I just was like, I am sad. Like, how do you want me to continue?
Right.
But in that very moment, it just helped me to get stronger. Even when you don't got it, you still got to
A
do it.
mindset.
You have
It was your
to.
mindset.
You got to strengthen your mental. And it took me a minute to kind of realize that I had to get myself together. Like, it literally took me a minute. Like, it took me a minute to realize, like, oh, I can't drink tequila and eat hamburgers and get skinny. Like, why am I jumping around here? Like, why I still got this stomach?
Right.
Like, why my stomach still here? Like, why I ain't going nowhere? And then that took me a year to realize, like, oh, I got to calm down. So it's just like, everybody common sense ain't coming, and I got to give it to that man. That he stuck by me. He rode to the wheels fell off, because I probably would have stopped talking to
What
me.
a blessing.
You hear me? I look back. I'm telling you, I be looking back at just random memories. I'm like, ooh, delete.
Oh, I think we've all had our embarrassing moments in life.
Child, I was
Moments that
just
we are
the
very
Grinch.
disappointed in ourselves for having, but you've overcome it and look where you are now. How
Yeah.
did you turn yourself into this huge fitness influencer? Like, how did this get rolling? Like, where did this Start from, was this the goal? Was this the plan? Or
Child, I don't know. That's Shay's fault. That is his. I didn't even apply to work at the gym. Like he was like, "Oh, I need you to help me one Saturday," and I was bartending, and I helped to volunteer. And then the next Saturday, he was like, "Oh, why you ain't come to work?" I'm like, "Work, child. I'm already breaking up."
you ain't hired me.
And so I'm like, okay, well, it's a black-owned business. Like started up from dollars out their own pocket, no loans. Like, okay, cool, I could fuck with it. And then 2020 happened. And I don't know. I've just always been ghetto. I've been the same person. Like, I think I be having a little extra pep in my dance, my step, and people just like it. I don't know.
So it just happened overnight.
It just happened.
For real.
Secretly. I hate working out.
I know, you told me that.
My legs hurt so bad. I've been walking like a bow-legged parakeet all day. I fucking hate this shit. My legs hurt. But I mean, if I could if I had to choose, like I would eat tacos all day long.
And not go to the gym.
I love tacos.
But you're at the gym instead of eating the tacos.
I'm doing both. Because I ate tacos earlier.
Yeah.
I'm doing both. And that's the main thing. I try to just balance my lifestyle. As far as just I'm not gonna be a grass eater. I'm not that coach for you. My coaching style is different. It's all about balancing your lifestyle. Because again, like I still write songs. Like I still, am in the music industry. Like I still dabble. Like I still go and do little company nights and stuff. I don't tell nobody about it. So
I want to be there.
I don't invite nobody.
Well, I'm coming.
Even when I used to rap and do shows, I'll post a flyer. I did it for my birthday. I'm the same way. I don't send out invites. I'm like, this is where I'm going to be at. And like,
why? Is it because you're like,
I'm weird?
You just don't want to share with the world? Or are you scared of what people are going to think if they hear?
I think that I don't know. Probably because if I see something, I'm big on support. So I'm going to support you regardless. Like, and if my support if I'm not there, I help. I mention names and rooms they're not in. So I just feel like I'm not going to like, hey, support me. If it's in your heart, I'm all about, if it's in your heart, you're going to do it.
Yeah.
Or you can, or acknowledge it. Support comes in so many ways. It doesn't have to be about buying anything. It's like a reshare, a comment, or a suggestion, or like, hey, I thought about you. Here's something that can elevate you in your business stuff. That's just my vibe. That's what I do. Like I'm randomly like, girl, I thought about you. This person doing Tootsie Roll. Like, it's just, I just never just be like, hey, I'm about to do this.
Can you come?
Just make it weird. I want you to stumble upon me.
It's the Capricorn in you.
I know.
It's the Capricorn.
January. January.
You gotta get outside of that.
I know. I'm
Let
working on
me. Let people show up for you because they want to be there for you.
I know that is my hardest part, child, girl, sister. That is. Look, is this Ayana? What's going on? Woo.
Ayana.
No, honey. But I'm just weird like that.
That's okay. We're gonna get you outside of your shell.
Child.
It's 2023. It's time.
Child.
So now from experiencing all of these things in life, being a fitness influencer, how do you feel like, because you have a lot of women on your page, how do you feel like you're touching these women that are watching you? Do you feel like what you're doing is inspiring people? Do you feel like you're helping change the narrative in people's lives?
I know I'm helping changing the narrative in people's lives, but honestly, without this popularity that I recently like got and obtained, I probably would still be in a very toxic place, because beforehand I was operating out of hurt, and if I'm had a bad day, I'm like, I'm having a bad day because this, that, and third, or I'm thinking about my son. Like I could just when it's in a small controlled environment, like, and I'm just trying to be in my negativity. And I could kind of just hey, look, I'm not in the mood today, keep going on. But it's just I have so many people looking at me.
Now
I have to be like, dang, I really have to take the next step and just actually release to her. Because I really was holding on to it. I was really holding on to it because that's the only thing I felt like I had. I still feel like I don't have anything, but I have these people that I don't even know. Like the fact that they see me get up, because a lot of times, like I lay it out on the turf. If I'm going through something, for sure, I lay it out on the turf and in my workout. Um, because it helps me mentally. I start to challenge myself on like just like okay, it's just little small challenges I put in my head working out in the class. Um, from okay, low, try to go 90 seconds, try to go 3 songs, try to make it to the left leg. Like I just don't go in there and just be like, oh okay. Like literally, you can tell the days that um I'm having fun and I'm actually in a good place, and then you can tell the days that I am working out of hurt. Like some people like, and some people I just feel like that because I'm gonna try to stay with the same intensity. I'm always gonna try to bring speed, agility, form, and technique. And if I can, I might twerk a little bit. Like if especially certain songs, but for the most part, like they assist me in healing because it's just like them listening to me vent. Like, because, when you harbor a lot of hurt or you don't really talk about it, or you don't let it out. I try the journaling thing, but I'm too busy to sit down. I'm too busy to sit down. And when the one time I did do it, it worked. But I'm too busy to sit down and just lay out everything that's going on.
So the gym is your journal.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
And the people too,
And
so
then just like, and just like I try to read every comment. I try to respond to everybody. I translate everything.
Yeah, because you're hitting different countries now.
Like Brazil, like really loves me. Like Russia, like those are languages I've been having to translate a lot just to like try to communicate and everything. Because I try not to leave no DM unopened.
Yeah.
But I have a lot of them. That's like my clients. I was like, girl, you'll never write me, but they write my Instagram. I write them back, but they text me, child. I'm not gonna see it.
I'm not gonna see it.
No.
Do you feel overwhelmed by it, or does it make you feel good to be able to be here for people?
I just derp around. I don't even really too much look into it. I'm all about just vibe and ride out. I don't even look into it like, oh, I got all these flowers. Like it doesn't make or break me.
Yeah.
Because I literally, even in my dark season, I still was goofy and playing around. Like that's why I would say check on your strong friends, because a lot of times, like if I'm like rock like to the pits, then I'm showing like it's severe. But for the most part, I laugh and joke about everything. Like literally make everything a joke.
Most people didn't even know you were in pain.
No. Everybody, like, especially high functioning depression, like, everybody don't always look sad. Their depression tics could be like they just want to go eat. Or, they're like, everybody is not sad. They probably start doing random things like, why am I doing this all the time? Not even knowing that it's just something that's helping them cope to get through whatever is weighing on their subconscious or weighing on their spirit.
People don't speak about that, though, that high functioning depression is a thing. It is real.
Yeah.
And a lot of the times it's, the people that say, oh my God, he was so happy. She was so happy. Why did they commit suicide? Oh, they had a beautiful family. They had this, because they showed up to work every day and they smiled.
And they did everything they needed to do.
Yeah.
And that's why, like, I was suicidal. Like, I definitely tried to. And I'm pretty sure they'll probably say the same thing. Like, dang, really? Because we was just like at the club, like literally. But I was like deep, dark, and very sad. It just felt like, why am I living on a day-to-day hell? And when I could just stop it, like I could just not feel no more.
And you tried to commit suicide.
Yeah.
And it didn't happen.
Child. Woke up mad as hell. Still here. Seriously.
No.
Literally. Like.
But did that make you realize, like, man, I must have a plan. There must be a reason for me to.
I didn't even. I mean, now looking back.
Yeah.
But then, no.
It was a bad time in life.
I was mad as hell. And I laugh about it now because it's just like, dang, like, bro, I really try to jump off this curve, girl, like, try to head out. And it's just like, looking back then, it's just like, I saw it somewhere recently, and I don't know where I read it, but it's like, every storm runs out of rain. And I recently just saw that, and it stuck, because literally, if I would have succeeded, I would never know that I actually got into a better place.
Yeah.
But like
You never
literally,
knew that you weathered the storm. Yeah.
exactly. And a lot of times we only see that problem that's right there. And in a lot of everything has a solution. The issue is, do we want to do it? And that's where the stress comes from, because there's a lot of stuff we do not want to do that we have to do, even as much as speaking to somebody.
Healing.
Yeah. Or just healing, speaking to somebody, like you go to work and you see somebody, your coworker you don't really care for, like, dang, good morning. Like, but it's
I
just,
guess.
it's just like literally just to like not cause drama, so it's just, I honestly just had to admit my toxic traits and like see it through.
I'm so glad you did.
Man.
Thank God.
What?
Look at you now.
Oh, girl, she alright,
Girl,
but
you
she's still healing.
Yeah, she's
She's
still
still
healing,
fighting.
but you're doing,
She's still fighting
you're doing
demons.
good.
No.
You're doing so good.
And I can't say that. I'm telling you, this is the happiest I've honestly been in a long time. In a very, very long time. And I feel like because all last year, girl, I just really had my head down the whole time. Like, even the year before, just head down. I mean, I still wear hoodies in the summer, but I wore a hoodie the whole summer. And it wasn't even on no body stuff. It's just like your area, your living space, like how just the things around you shows your mental space.
Yeah.
Never realized like your room be junky, car be junky, like just be, you randomly don't know. I had to start setting plans for myself. Like I was operating in structured chaos, and it started leaning to the chaotic side.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, let me reel it back, because we don't really like to acknowledge our toxic traits. It could be communication, it could be the way you handle things, it could be just you eating, like, everything. And with my clients, I always try to tell them, give yourself grace. We do not give ourselves enough grace.
No.
And once I started giving myself grace, I started physically getting better and mentally getting better. Because, you look at, like, I never been one to really compare myself to things to social media. But, a lot of times people look at people on social media bodies, the way they dress, the way they have, items, clothes, shoes. Some of these things you can rent, you could borrow, you could buy consignment. Like, literally, the money can look like real money, but it's for movie purposes only. And you're not seeing that. And that's why I try to show my authentic self, because I don't have the energy to keep that lie up.
Yeah. No, for real.
Like, it's tiring. Like, you may see me with no lashes, but I want you to get the regular face, and I want you to get the 25 M's. Like, some days you're going to see my eyelashes on my lips, and some days they're going to be gone. But I try to just be honest, and so people can relate.
Up to the hype.
No.
And know that what you're feeding to your people,
I tell my clients they have to do a video 360, because normally when you put a camera to your face, you do what? Like, I mean, girl, I used to take all them pictures with my arm like that, like over my stomach and stuff, man. Like, what was I doing? I'm in every picture like this. I can't even post them shit. It's like, I got so many pictures that I can't even post because I did that weird arm thing. It's like, girl, they know it's a stomach behind you.
Like, stop it, girl.
And that's why I tell my clients, like, if you gonna eat fucked up, then
be okay with how your body's gonna look.
You cannot get mad at the results that you don't put in. So, like, you
told me that. I've been saying that in my head.
You cannot get mad at the results you put in.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't promote your business, how are people gonna know you got a business?
How you gonna get mad that they don't shop?
If I drink tequila every day, why am I mad? Because my lower part of my stomach don't connect to my coochie cat. Like, I can't get mad at that.
Period.
Like, I'm just saying, because I enjoy it. And then guess what? I enjoy every shot. Every shot. I enjoy it. And I tell them that, like, some days I look like a snack, and a lot of days I look like I ate all the snacks, because I am not going to miss no meals.
Period.
Ever.
But that's happiness for you, and that is okay.
And I don't let I tell them too, don't let nobody project their body goals or what they think you should look
Yes.
like on you. I know I probably should look like a She-Hulk, but baby, I tell you, I eat tacos like 8 times a day. I eat 5 sitting down. I get 5 tacos at a time. I'm never gonna be cut like this unless I take a seat.
And that's okay, but you don't want
I
that.
don't want that
Yeah.
seat. I had abs before and I was hungry. I had abs. I got a picture, and I was strong as hell and hungry. Boy, I was eating. I was eating like
Hungry
6 to
and
8 small
sad.
meals a day.
Hungry and
Body
sad.
was, my
Period.
stomach was like a xylophone, girl.
Stop.
But we're
Not a
hungry.
xylophone.
Yeah, girl, I had them weird little abs everywhere. It was,
But I love how real and authentic you are.
I try to.
So continue to be you.
I appreciate
And I'm so
that.
glad that you've overcome everything that you overcome.
I'm still climbing, girl. I'm on the fence like this.
What would you, any woman, and there's not a lot of women that have probably experienced what you have. Maybe a miscarriage, probably not so many, a full-term birth. What would you say to any woman that has experienced what you've experienced, that's working on trying to get out of that darkness? What would you say to them?
Always do what's best for you. Always do what's best for you. A lot of people will tell you their opinion or what you urge you to do, better healing, but always do what's best for you. And when I say that is, could I go to therapy? I could. Did I go to therapy? I didn't. I felt like I needed to know myself. And a lot of times you don't know who you are until you sit in darkness. I sat in darkness a long time, and I had to learn how I was as an individual to people, and my sister always kept it real with me. Like, we didn't see eye all the time, but even just talking to her, it helped me communicate my things, like communicate myself and how to communicate with the world. But healing, you just have to want to heal. A lot of times we say we're tired of being in a space that we're in, but what do we do to get out of that space? I was tired of being hurt and sad about Kason, because I lost my grandfather, my son, and my dad under 3 years. It was like...
And a marriage.
A marriage too. And that was just due to depression. And going through that, I also realized that you have to want to understand depression. Everybody's not going to go through it. A lot of people don't even know how to acknowledge the signs to see if they're depressed or not. It's just, everyone would not do that. And the people that don't ever get it, it's a blessing. But they have to also want to learn about it to understand it. And my husband didn't understand that. He also had kids too.
And he checked out.
Yeah. So he was like, I'm going to go home and kiss my baby. Like, it was one of those things, kind of like, so we didn't hurt the same. And I feel like it shocked him too. Not saying that he wasn't hurt by it, but I didn't have anything. That's all I had. So, but honestly.
And that just kind of like separated y'all. Yeah.
Because I was out of control.
Yeah.
Grieving. Like, I was out of, like, mentally, like, I was a sad person. Very sad, crying all the time. And like I said, my high highs and my low lows. And so you got to be built for that. Everybody not built for it. That's why I say, don't say I'm going to be there for you. And someone call you and you can't be there. You got to stick to that word.
Yeah.
Like, you got to stand on it. I'm very, very big on standing on things. And I try my hardest not to say I'm going to do something and not be there. Like, it eats me up. Like, it's been times that from waking up out of my sleep when I used to be a bartender, I'm like, oh my God, I didn't give her the ranch. Why she didn't tell me? Like, I woke out my sleep about that. And I'm like, bro, that's why they were acting like that. Why they didn't tell me they wanted a ranch? Like, but it's just like, I'm that person. It's waking up, thinking out my sleep in cold sweats over honey mustard. Like, literally. So I literally try to stand on everything that I say. And so it just, like I said, the healing has just been very, very tough, very hard. But do what's best for you, what you feel for you, because you don't never want to do something that someone else suggested and it backfired, and that energy goes on them. Like, like, oh, I shouldn't have did that because, I knew it.
Yeah.
That's why I try not to urge people's thought process or things to that nature. So do what's best for you, ladies.
Do what's best for you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you sharing that, being vulnerable with us. Like, that's such a hard situation in life, and I'm sure you're tired of rehashing it.
But I don't rehash it.
Yeah, I know you don't speak about it a lot.
I don't.
And I appreciate you speaking.
Like, I
it.
try to let people know, like, if someone asks if I have kids, I don't, like, I say no, or I'll say, yeah, he died. Like, that's why I don't get ask people questions like that either. Like, I don't. If you want to tell me about your life, you'll tell me, but I won't ask if you have kids or things like that, because I'm gonna be honest. Because it took me a long time to realize, like, because then they're gonna be like, well, why you ain't got no kids? You 30 what? And then it's still gonna come out. Yeah. So I feel like that does make people uncomfortable. Like, oh, you got any kids? I'm like, oh yeah, he died. And then I feel like it makes them weird, and
then it's like this whole like awkward situation.
But I have to do that for me though, because then if I say I don't, then it makes me feel weird.
It's like a lot.
Like, so I just stay away from those questions because I don't want no one to say that to me, and I'm like, dang, I'm sorry. Because then it kind of, you kind of really don't know how to respond to it.
Yeah.
But it's that person's being honest.
Yeah.
So.
Well,
I appreciate you just allowing me to be open in myself. And
yeah, you've never done an interview.
I haven't. This is my first one, y'all.
Yay. I can't wait to show the people.
Oh, girl, I'm nervous. I'm like, send me the film. Send me the film and let's do this shit over.
Let me see this. No, it's great. I love the conversation. People need to hear this. I
like this tea. I thought it was tequila. She didn't.
This girl, stop it.
You mean tequila. But it's delicious also, honey.
Thank you.
She gave me some Love Potion tea too.
Yes, the Love Potion by Herbal Health 360. Make sure you shop. Period. That's good, huh?
Yeah. Well, no, I didn't have that one. I had the detox. I'm scared. I'm gonna wait till I get a man. So I'm single, y'all. Y'all can slide in my DMs or slide in her DMs, and she gonna siphon and you send a number to me.
I'm gonna say hell no.
I gotta wait. I don't want to be picking up weights hot
and bothered.
Okay, I'm like, oh yeah, hammer curl. Like, no.
Oh my God, I'm so dead. You can see the stain through the pants. They don't know if it's sweat or they don't know which one it is. Like, who, girl?
Lola got it in today, baby. That's why you went down close, sweetie.
I can't. Oh my God. Please let everybody know where they can find you at, follow you. Let them know.
I am Lola Staxx. You can follow me on all social media, LOLASTAXX. All right? Thank y'all so much.
Yes, thank you so much for coming to You, Me, and a Cup of Tea. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, and turn on your notifications. We'll see you next time.
Well, let me say it. Like, comment, subscribe. Yeah.
Period. Thank you.